It feels like we're in a weird spot in rap right now. No Kendrick, no Cole, no Drake level figure for this new generation. But why? What's going on, y'all? It's Will Armani. Hope everybody's feeling good today. If you are, please make sure to subscribe. I got more content coming on the way. Let's get into it. There's a ton of talent out right now, but no clear leader. And that's what we're gonna get into today. The first topic of discussion is the post-Drake era pressure. In the last few years, artists like Drake, Lil Uzi Vert, Kendrick, Cole, Trippie Redd, even Kanye shaped a whole decade. During their era, there was a lot of music that came out that not only changed how people make music, but changed how people view rap and changed how people view music in general. Artists like Kanye were genre bending, and even Tyler the Creator. Or artists like Trippie Redd and Lil Uzi Vert, who actually took rap to an entirely different level with melodic rap and made everything feel so fresh and new. Whereas now, there's more noise, but less direction. And more artists are making so much noise and have so much buzz in the industry, but they're not really changing things. They're not really pivoting anything in rap itself. And because the bar was set so high with a lot of artists in our past, like the Uzis and the Juice WRLDs and the Drakes, the expectations for a face of a generation are unrealistically high now. So that leads us to the next thing to talk about, which is the internet. I mean, every day there's a new artist trending, but that attention rarely lasts. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram push moments, but not longevity. And this is a really big deal. Yes, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, these short form platforms, yeah, they're the future and they've been here and they're here to stay for a very long time. But that does play a factor into why we don't have some big monumental artists. Yes, social media has always been a thing, but it used to not be the main pinnacle reason why artists become huge. It was more so their personalities. It was more so the stories that they put around the music, the worlds that they put you into. Not everything had to be true. Not everything had to be realistic, but it had to feel real. It had to feel like you were being put into a world. And now, because of social media, a lot of the times artists don't know how to put you into their world because a lot of their worlds and who they really are gets exposed. So it's more so about making noise now instead of telling stories. So today, fans get excited about a snippet and then forget when the song actually drops. It's hard for anyone to build a strong enough presence to be the one. And I think another thing to discuss is fragmented fan bases. I mean, today's fan bases are niche and disconnected. You might love Destroy Lonely or Cash Cobain, but your friend might have never even heard of them. There's no unifying figure right now. Everyone's operating in their own lane or bubble. I actually don't think that this is a bad thing. I actually really enjoy the fact that everybody kind of has their own lane right now. You know, Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson have their lane with Opium. You know, there's Cash Cobain kind of taking over that New York drill side of things. There's plug-in B artists like Summers and Autumn always doing their own thing. There's artists like Jace who kind of just speak their mind and do whatever they want. But because of this, everybody's kind of taking their own route. That's cool, and that means that we have a lot more artists out here, and that also means that there's a lot more chances for new acts to develop. But because of that, we don't really have one unifying artist who brings everybody together. There were days where artists like Future and Travis Scott and Kanye and even Drake, where when they dropped on Friday, you not only knew about it, but everyone around you knew about it. The whole world knew about it, and it was a unifying experience, whether you liked the music or not. And we don't have any artists like that right now. The last artist that we could probably name is Playboi Carti, but even then, people knew about Playboi Carti's album. A lot of people knew because there was so much hype built around it, but I still don't think that it can compare to the hype that was put around artists even a few years ago, like Lil Uzi Vert when Eternal Atake dropped. The next thing to talk about is the lack of artist development. I mean, artists blow up so fast before they've even built an identity or staying power, and many artists aren't given the time to evolve or experiment. Many underground rappers right now don't get the time to become the face. They're expected to already have it figured out, and it's kind of messed up because, listen, because of social media, because of all these things, and I'm gonna keep mentioning social media, but I want you to know that I am in full force a believer that social media is the best thing to have ever happened to rap, because it's getting even undiscovered artists discovered. It's getting people like me discovered. It's getting so many people in front of other people's faces. I think social media is a great thing, but it is one of the factors as to why we don't have a big face right now, because a lot of these underground rappers, as soon as they get even a little hint of discovery, all of a sudden these underground rap fans expect these artists to be big. And if they don't expect them to be big, they expect them to be moving in motion really quickly, when we didn't really see the come up of a lot of these artists. A lot of them, they got sprouted into the mainstream and that's it. We didn't see the story. We didn't feel the world that was being built. So now they're usually trying to keep up with a hit or two that they had, and it's not allowing them to become that superstar. And that's a whole other conversation, but we don't really have superstars right now. So who could be the face? Who could be the face of this generation? I don't really know, because some people would argue and say that Yeet is the face of this generation, but I don't know if you can name somebody the face of a generation if nobody really knows them. And Academics made a really good point where it's like everybody knows Yeet songs, but not everybody knows what Yeet looks like. And that doesn't mean that he's not a great artist. That doesn't mean that he doesn't make great music. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't deserve all the flowers and respect that we give him. What that does mean though is the face of a generation is usually somebody who is making moves that also gets their face plastered everywhere and everybody knows who this artist is for this generation. Maybe we can name Playboi Carti, but also, in my personal opinion, I feel like Playboi Carti isn't the face of this generation. He's the face of last generation. He just was lucky enough to be able to be carried into this generation. So I don't know if we can consider him a face. Then there's artists like Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely, but they are also slowly being kind of left backward into the previous generation. Again, they're making great music. They have fan bases that follow them, but that doesn't mean that they're part of this generation that's coming into 2026. Maybe it's artists like Until Japan. Maybe it's artists like Osama-san. I don't think it's Netspin. That's no hate to him, but when we talk about faces of generations, we're talking about artists who can really stand, and as soon as you hear them, you're like, yeah, not only is their music good, but they've also led the next generation into making a certain sound of music. I don't really know if we have any artists like that right now. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that that means that we have more of an ability to discover other artists around them. But let me know what you guys think, because maybe the era of a face of a generation is over, or maybe we're just watching it unfold slower than we expected because of social media. But you guys let me know in the comments, who do y'all think is the face of this new generation, or is there even one at all? I'm curious to know what you think. I want to read every single take and I want to have conversations with you guys. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I got more content and more videos coming on the way every single week, so don't miss out on that. If you want to follow me or any of my own music, you could do that. Follow me on Instagram, Will Armani with 2 eyes. It's been your boy Will Armani. Please stay positive.